So you've definitely heard someone say they're going to pull the plug on something, right? But do you know where that phrase actually comes from? It's kind of pretty intense origin story. Let's get into it.
Okay, so to really get what it means now, we've got to rewind and look at where it all started. And trust me, it's very, very literal.
Yeah, this phrase came straight out of the medical world. Pulling the plug literally meant disconnecting a life support machine. I mean, talk about a final irreversible decision. That's where the weight of this idiom comes from.
But of course, these days we use it in a much broader, more metaphorical way. So, what does it really mean when you hear it, say, in a meeting or on the news? Basically, pulling the plug is all about stopping something, and usually it's pretty sudden. The key thing that connects it back to its origin is that whatever you're stopping depends on some kind of support to keep going. You're essentially cutting off its life support, which could be money, resources, you name it.
Let's look at a few examples so you can see exactly how it works in the real world. Okay, so in the business world, you might hear this a lot. A company could pull the plug on a new product because sales are just terrible. In this case, the life support was all the money for funding and marketing. No sales? Well, it just couldn't survive.
Or think about something like an outdoor concert. The whole thing depends on good weather, right? So if a massive storm rolls in, the organizers might have to pull the plug on the whole event. The good weather was that essential support, and poof, it's gone.
And then there's the financial angle. A project's lifeblood is usually money from investors. So if that project starts looking way too risky, those investors might just pull the plug by yanking their funding.
So you see, it all comes down to making that tough, decisive call to stop something that just isn't working anymore. Which kind of leads to one last question for you to think about.
Knowing when to pull the plug, that's a really tough call, right? It doesn't matter if it's a huge project or just a small plan. It really makes you think, when is it actually better to just stop something instead of pushing forward? When is cutting your losses the absolute smartest thing you can do? Something to chew on.